Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic slash non-classic. This is episode number 513 and 423. Yeah, this is the first one in a couple weeks I've actually done of this particular series. Now, why have I not put up another episode of this particular series? Pure and simple, I didn't have any trades to review. That is the only reason why. But now, I do have trades to review. 2 trades, and they're both from DC. First up, it is Deathstroke, Volume 3, Suicide Run, collecting issues 11 to 16 of Deathstroke Volume 3. Yeah, but here's something unique about these issues. If you go by the numbering of Volume 1, these issues are basically issues 91 through 96. Yes, I'm not kidding. If you add up the first, second, third, and fourth volume, this is 91-96. Now, the writing in here is done by Tony Estino and James Booney, but Tony Estino leaves after 3 issues. Yeah, he leaves halfway through the storyline. No idea why, he just does. If I ever get a chance to meet him, I am going to ask him why he did this for both this series and Savage Hawkman, where he left the series. For that one, he left the book after 8 issues. This one, he left it for 13 issues. Yeah, I gotta ask, why in the world does he leave books after a year? Now, the artwork in here is done by Tyler Kirkham and Pablo Patina. Now, Tony Estino is only on the issues that feature this lovely lady on the cover, Harley Quinn, who's only in the first 3 issues. Simply put, this storyline is this. Rose has been kidnapped, so Deathstroke has to go to Harley to kill Waller to figure out exactly where his daughter, because he figures that Waller might know where she is. But when she's in the prison, he not only runs to Harley in Belle Rev, he also runs to Black Manta and Deadshot. But not Captain Boomerang for some reason. Yeah, he doesn't show up in this storyline. Nope. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering how Waller is in the particular story, this is the skinny Waller, not the fat Waller we have back right now. We got that back almost 2 years ago. Yeah, it's a thin Waller. And as for who Rose is with, it's a guy called Lawman. It's some character James Booney came up with. Yeah, let me show up what this guy looks like. If I can find him here. This is Lawman. That is him. This is a James Booney character. Yeah, this guy has... Now, Tony Estino has nothing to do with this character at all. I mean, yeah, this character was foreshadowed early on in the story. But... Oh, yeah, and also, Catwoman appears in the story. And Red Hood for a couple issues. I'm not kidding. Red Hood briefly fights Deathstroke. Yeah. As for why he's here, apparently someone decided to hire him. I think it was Lawman, but yeah, so you have in this story, you have Waller, Deadshot, Black Manta, Harley, Catwoman, and Red Hood. Yeah. And of course, Rose gets a costume. This is her costume. And she, as far as I know, this is still her Ravager costume she still has currently. Well, up until she puts on the Defiance costume. Overall, this is a great story. I've really enjoyed it. Though it's a little bizarre, though Tony Estino just left halfway through the storyline. Just so that James Booney can do pretty much the rest. Yeah, I have no idea why. But there is one more trade for this one. I'm hoping to get my hands on it soon. And this is the 3rd trade for this particular series. Once I get Volume 4, I effectively have all the trades that collect all the issues for Destiny that came from 2013. Well, up until recently of the trades released. The rating I get this thing is a 9 out of 10. It's a great storyline. Though the Lawman character is bizarre. But I think it's explained in the next storyline. I'll get it when I get a chance to get the final trade. Also, I should point this out, though. The first 2 volumes of this trade series were $14.99. But for some reason, it started with this particular trade. The price was increased to $16.99. Yeah, I got this Barnes Noble recently. Yeah, I don't really know why in the world they raised the cover price for these trades. No idea why. Oh yeah, and also Lex briefly appears in the storyline. Also, even Mercy Graves. Yeah, Lex is not even here at all, but Mercy Graves is. And here's how the artist draws Mercy Graves. Oh, almost forgot. Here's Red Hood. If I can hold it correctly. Yep, this is Red Hood. And he has lips as mask for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why he has that, but he does. Here, pre-tell, is Mercy Graves, which I think this is her first post-Flashpoint appearance. Yeah, that is her right there in the corner, if you can see her properly. Yep, that is her. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, that's supposed to be her. Let's see if I can get a better picture of her. Oh yeah, he fights Bizarros. Yep, a bunch of Bizarros. Here she is. There's a better picture of Mercy Graves. And this is what she looks like in the current continuity now. Yeah, she's no longer a brunette, she's raven-haired. Lisa still keep her white, unlike, let's say, with Huntress, where they unexpectedly changed her to black. Though, they did change it back to Italian. So there you go. Alright, next up is the book I accidentally dropped, and that is Titans, Volume 2, Made in Manhattan. Yeah, I think anybody can tell the name itself is just a nod to the J-Lo movie Made in Manhattan. Excuse me. Yeah, this one only contains just 4 stories. Yep. Just issues 7 through 10 and the annual, which the cover is the annual. Oh, and by the way, this happens during the actual issue. Yep, the race. Now, what these 4 issues are is that you can, let's see. Here's how I sum up basically issues 7 through 10. 7 is just a reimagining of the second issue of the first Flying with Titans, where they get a new tower, and of course Superman shows up and talks to Wally for a bit. Yeah, oh yeah. And their tower looks like this. Here is the Titans Tower in New York City post-Flashpoint. Yep. When I saw this thing, I was like, thank you. Thank you, Lee Weeks, for designing this thing. This thing is freaking gorgeous. Yeah, Lee Weeks does the opening issue of this thing. Brett Booth does the next 2 issues, and I think Norm Rand does the last issue in here. Let me look it up here. Let's see, the last issue is done by Riley Brown. The annual is done by Manik Jung. Yeah, that's who does the annual for Titans. Yeah. Issues 8 and 9 is a 2-parter Made in Manhattan, where it's just the Titans versus the Fearsome 5. If those don't know who the Fearsome 5 are, it is Simon, Simon, Jinx, Shimmer, Gizmo, and Monmouth. Yeah, old villains from the days of the New Teen Titans. Yep, that's essentially who these characters are. They're old villains, and they reference the Outbreak storyline that happened in the Brian Hitch Justice League, where apparently this particular part of the series takes place 1 week just a week after they had fought the Justice League, where they briefly reform, and of course, Bumblebee gets her powers back, but she loses her memories as well of her husband and her baby. Yeah, Bumblebee had a baby. The last story, just a New Year's story. Nice little story. And it's not done by Dan Abnett for some reason. Yeah, Dan Abnett does all the issues, but issue 10. I don't know why he said skip an issue 4, but he did. Yeah, and get this. Issue 10 is written by James Amos. Not kidding. It is written by him. The annual is just set up for future stuff. So is Made in Manhattan. Yeah, it's just the Titans and the Justice League meeting up and fighting the Key, along with fake versions of Metallo and Parademons. The annual was great, and though the stuff in the annual and Made in Manhattan, and all that's there is stuff that happens later, like, yeah, Deathstroke pops up in here for a quick cameo, and the only reason why he's here, set up the Lazarus contract, which comes right after the storyline, right after the Made in Manhattan. It's actually the very next issue, right after issue 10. But mostly put, a lot of the stuff set up in here is just stuff they would follow up afterwards. Like the stuff with Donna, that is follow up later on, and the Justice League comes back and decides to shut down the Titans. For stupid reasons. And Roy Harper basically yells at Batman a lot. At one point, I think that Roy Harper was going to punch Batman. Oh yeah, and the way Dan Abnett writes Titans, yeah, he writes them where they actually can work together and they have good chemistry as a team, while they're just like just a bunch of soldiers. And here's the thing, the Titans are friends. Yeah, apparently the Justice League doesn't care about friendship at all. Oh no, God forbid we do that. Yeah. So, Dan Abnett writes the Justice League as all, mostly, well, the ones that are in this issue, just Batman and Aquaman and Wonder Woman. No, thank God he doesn't write Barry as it is. Yeah, he writes his characters as complete dicks. Yeah, terrible people. Yeah, where they're, oh yeah, because the Titans are their former proteges, former psychics, so we have to talk down to them like they're children. And yet the Titans don't do that at all. They think that, of course, the way Dan Abnett writes it, basically, he makes the Titans sympathetic. Where, yeah, we have good chemistry. We actually have teamwork. We're not some. And Nightwing is not some person who just barks out orders all the time. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also for some reason, the start of the storyline, they call themselves Super Titans. Yeah, they get confused with the Teen Titans. But yeah. Otherwise, though, great story. Nice little, nice small stuff before we get to Lazarus Contract and stuff that comes after that. I'm gonna give this book a 10. I'm gonna give this book a 9.5 out of 10. It's just really good. It's just that, well, the Justice League, well, two of them anyway, just basically Aquaman and Batman, are complete dicks. Yep. So, oh yeah, and the stuff with Donna, that gets later followed up on the storyline with the stupid idea that they try to do a new origin story for Donna. Yeah, which I and a lot of my friends are like, yeah, this is completely unnecessary. DC has told Donna's origin story several times. Oh, and by the way, the origin story that is told in here about Donna, basically of Wonder Woman rescuing her and being raised, stuff like that. Yeah, all those are false memories. So simply put, Dan Abnett had Wonder Woman do the Brian Azzarello crap thing, where the origin story we actually like, the one that Marv Wolfman came up back in the 80s, yeah, it turns out that was all a complete lie. Yeah, and of course referencing stuff that happened in Meredith Finch's Wonder Woman. Though I do criticize the thing of repeating what Brian Azzarello did during his run by calling that the classic origin story that Wonder Woman known for having, where she be of clay, where that was a lie. Yep. So he decided to pull up Brian Azzarello, but also mentioning stuff happened in Meredith Finch's run. So I do appreciate that, though it's a little odd, though Nightwing has quarters in Titan's Tower, even though that he lives in Bloodhaven. It's a bit bizarre, to say the least, but great issues. 9.5 out of 10. Alright, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode whenever I get a chance to get more trades, and there'll probably, hopefully, be a double shot, and that'll be episode excuse me, I think it'll be like 514 and Doubleshot number 424. Okay? But until I see you on the next episode, bye.